Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Newcastle Wellbeing Centre, where we are less than 3 minutes away from the start of this British Championship Basketball League fixture between the City of Birmingham Rockets and the Newcastle Knights. My name is Aaron Viles. I'll be your commentator for the action this evening, and may I just say what an absolute pleasure it is to kickstart the new calendar year with an enticing clash between two of the most exciting and dynamic teams in the entire division. Starting with the hosts, well, it's been a while since the Rockets were last victorious on their own court in the league, but twin victories away in Uxbridge and Loughborough, as well as the fine form of star players like Zach Powell, Eric Donaldson and Ronald Blaine, have ensured that the home side enter this one with plenty of rhythm and confidence. And well, that confidence will be desperately needed against a table-topping Knights team who are looking to make it a staggering 11 league wins on the bounce. After a difficult defeat to the Yorkshire Dragons on the opening day of the campaign, Mark Elderkin's men have been nothing short of unstoppable. And victory today here in the second city would give them a rather nice cushion above the rest of the chasing pack heading into the remainder of January. So with all of that in mind, let's introduce the respective sides, starting with the hosts. Let's take a look at the city of Birmingham Rockets. So wearing jersey number 0 is Ron Blaine, the former Newcastle man. Wearing number 1 is Phil Basiudis. Wearing the number 3 jersey is Eric Donaldson. Wearing the 5, one of the newcomers for this season, is Adrian Mutathori. Wearing number 6 is ever-present point guard Lucas McGregor. Wearing the number 7 shirt is the dead-eye shooter Faris McGall. Wearing 8 is the captain Martin Gale. Number 12 is Tom Grayling. 13 is the Commonwealth gold medalist Orlan Jackman. Wearing the 14 is the Rockets' leading point scorer Zach Powell. Wearing 16, one of the exciting youngsters on the Rockets side, it's Larry Duru. And last but by no means least, wearing jersey number 21, well, it's Luke Okasieme, the man who leads the league in blocks. He has been absolutely electrifying so far this campaign. As for the Newcastle Knights, well, wearing the number 1 jersey is Bradley Dean. Wearing the number 2 is Mackay Hendry. Wearing the number 3 is Hafiz Abdul, again, very much a volume scorer. Wearing the number 5 jersey is Messiah Jones. Wearing number 7 is Scott Angus. Wearing number 8, one of the newcomers for this year, is Max Matthews. Wearing number 10 is Sam Trunley. Wearing the 11, the informed man, is Jerron Thames. Wearing the 13 is Finn Cork. And last but by no means least, in jersey number 14, it's Noah Sarr. So it is the best offence in the league. The Newcastle Knights have scored more points than anybody else in British Championship basketball. And they are taking on the number 1 defence. It's 1st versus 9th. It's the Rockets versus the Knights. And we are almost ready for tip-off here at the Neatshaw's Wellbeing Centre. Just looking out there for the Knights. Wearing the number 3 is Hafiz Abdul. He's part of the starting 5 alongside Jerron Thames, Bradley Dean, Messiah Jones and Sam Trunley. As for the Rockets, well, we believe it's a starting 5 of Eric Donaldson, Ronald Blaine, Lucas McGregor, Luke Okasieme and Zach Powell. So strap yourselves in, folks. What a way this is to start 2026. 2 of the most enterprising units in the BCB. I mean, the Knights, they have been absolutely marvellous. 20 points, they are the league leaders, 10 wins out of a possible 11. As for the Rockets, well, they would love to get back to winning ways here on home court following those 2 victories against the London Cavaliers and the Loughborough Riders. So, will be Okasieme and Jones to contest the opening tip-off. The Rockets in red, the visitors Newcastle in the white. Here we go then, folks. The first game of the new calendar year, and we'll have to restart it. It's the officials not happy with what they saw there. So it will be take 2. Bit of deja vu between Okasieme and Jones. And we are underway. The opening tip-off won by Luke Okasieme. So McGregor, Donaldson. So McGregor goes alone and opens up his account very nice and early. Brilliant work there from the Rockets point guard. Just ghosts his way through. And it is first blood to the men in red. It's Rockets 2, Knights 0. How the Rockets would love to get a victory here. That one almost stolen away by Okasieme. Instead now back with Bradley Dean. Bounce pass inside to Messiah Jones. Jones, the southpaw, puts up the jump shots, but to no avail. Rebounded by the Rockets. Zach Powell now kicks it out to Ron Blaine. Blaine fakes it, driving towards the basket. Instead passes to Donaldson. Powell just taking a little bit of the sting out. Attacking Hafiz Abdul here. Back to Okasieme. And that is a sight that we have grown very much accustomed to here at the Neatshaw's Wellbeing Centre. Powell to Okasieme. The Rockets centre putting not 1, not 2, but 3 exclamation points on that dunk. Nice pass into the corner. First 3 attempted by the Knights. And that one will be collected by a red shirt. Here's McGregor being double-teamed. Good attacking defence there from the Knights. Here's Thames, kicks it into the corner. Another 3 attempted. And comes off the iron. Rebounded this time by the former Newcastle man, Ron Blaine, who is loving life here in Birmingham. Really has been A very astute and shrewd acquisition for Charles Smith's men. And here he is on the ball. Passes that one into the corner. There'll be a shot here from Powell. And Zach Powell drains the three. What a start this has been from the hosts. It's Rockets 7, Knights 0. Nice spin move there from Hafiz Abdul. But he can't quite cash in the shots. Decision to be made here by the officials. And in the end, they give it in favour of the men in white. So this will be a Newcastle possession. Nice move here by Messiah Jones. Jones to Abdul. Nice ball movement. Dean under a little bit of pressure. Connects this time with the jump shots. And the Knights are up and running here in Birmingham. It's Rockets 7, Knights 2. McGregor looking to answer back straight away. Can't quite do so under a bit of duress. Bounced into the corner. Here is Hafiz Abdul. That one bounces off the front of the rim. Final touch came off of a Rockets hand though. And as a result, it will be another baseline inbound here for the Knights. Really are a very efficient and well-drilled outfit. Mark Elderkin, one of the finest coaches in the league, really has done wonders with this unit. And there's the first three of the evening for the northeastern side. Beautifully executed. And Sam Trunley gets his accounts up and running as well. McGregor to Powell. And Powell this time looking to fight fire with fire. Goes for an attempted three, and that one ricochets into an awaiting Newcastle hands. Here is Jerron Thames. Thames into the corner where Hafiz Abdul is waiting. Abdul forces his way through contact. And that is a terrific play there from the Knights number 3. Already a fast start this. A reminder, the Rockets were up by 7 points to 0. A little bit of a stretch emerging here for the visitors. 7 unanswered points as Blaine goes inside to Okasieme. Now back with McGregor. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Had to go. And the point guard just cannot find the target on that occasion. That one a little bit of a quarterback sling style pass. Eventually finds its way here to Bradley Dean. Dean being double teamed. Nice pass there from Messiah Jones. And in the corner, it's another 3. Hafiz Abdul, well, he's had some absolutely phenomenal performances so far this campaign. I think the big one everybody immediately thinks about is that 42-point game against the Trailblazers. Had 11 rebounds and 2 assists for good measure in that game as well. Here is Zach Powell. Speaking of points, he is the Rockets leader in that category, along with assists and steals as well. So Abdul shows some good balance there. Back now with Trunley. Trunley driving layup. That one will be collected by Eric Donaldson. Blaine now over to McGregor. And Donaldson on the putback ends the rot for the men in red. It's Rockets 9, Knights 10. For the first time tonight, we hear those shouts of defence on this sizable crowd here at Nechells. Donaldson has the ball swatted away, and it goes out of bounds for a Newcastle possession. Well, it has been a lightning fast start, as many people would have expected with these two respective teams. And the Rockets, they've been the form team in the Cup. The Knights, the form team in the league. And that's a little bit of a wild pass. It goes into the merch stand. That one probably wasn't how it was written up in the coaching manual. And as a result, it's handed straight back over to the hosts. Okasieme to Donaldson. Back now to Ronald Blaine. Blaine to Powell. Powell to McGregor in the corner. And that one misses everything. Airballed on that occasion by the former Kilorglin man. Oh, lovely spin move here, but met at the nets. However, I think that may have been called as a goaltend, so will be 2 extra points there for the Newcastle Knights. Makes it Rockets 9, Knights 12. Back now with Blaine. Blaine for the first time unleashes one. Deep 2. Just flirting with that 3-point line. Just had the foot on it on that occasion. Deep 3 there. And Hafiz Abdul, upon trying to get the second chance opportunity, has kicked that one. So their own half. McGregor deciding to use the body there against Bradley Dean. Both sides utilising and implementing plenty of man coverage. Blaine across to the left-hand side where Powell is waiting. Lovely pass there for McGregor. And even better bit of hustle there from Luke Okasieme. Spin move from Powell. Allows for the shot again from Ronald Blaine. But Bradley Dean will come away with that one. Fast break chance now here for Newcastle. Thames from beyond the line. Hafiz Abdul tries to stuff it back in with authority. But he's met at the net. Thames open again. Driving under contact. Okasieme just did enough to put him off. And in fact, there's a travel called in there for good measure. So the Rockets, the team who have conceded the least points in the league, 656 to be specific, already showing off that staunch and stoic defensive presence early doors here on home court. Here is Blaine again. Blaine looking to spin his way past Jerron Thames. And that one snuffed out by the oncoming Hafiz Abdul. Back now with Thames, one of the newcomers for this New Look Knights in 2025-26. They'll be looking to finish strong. Had such a good start to this campaign. Thames that time looked to spin around and cash in the quick jump shot. Instead, fast break chance here for Zach Powell. And Powell, with a very languid layup, puts the Rockets back into the lead. It's Rockets 13, Knights 12. Just over 2 minutes left here in the opening quarter at the Nechells Wellbeing Centre. Jaron Thames back now to Hafiz Abdul. Latest three-point attempt is unsuccessful, but that one has come off of the heel, I believe, of Luke Okasieme. So a couple of changes here for the COB Rockets as McGregor and Donaldson check out, and Orlan Jackman and Faris Magal come into the frame. Here is Sam Trunley. Trunley posting up there against Magal. Kicks it back now to Dean. That is a very aesthetically pleasing three from the wing. Puts the Knights back in front. Talking of three-point threats, here is Faris Magal. But he has made a name for himself. Almost has that one stripped away by Hafiz Abdul. Instead goes back to Orlan Jackman. Jackman's efforts, cannons off the front of the iron. Here is Bradley Dean against the aforementioned Jackman. And banks it in off the board for good measure. Nice little span here for the Knights. How can Ron Blaine respond after that? There'll be a little bit of a tussle there between Hafiz Abdul and Orlan Jackman. And in the end, just loops off the fingers there of the Commonwealth gold medalist. Really has been such an asset for the COB Rockets with his veteran Nowsom presence. Abdul kicks it into Trunley. Trunley behind the line. That one nestles nicely into Zach Powell's awaiting palms. Powell back to Magal. Second chance opportunity this time for Okasieme. That one very nicely executed by the Rockets big man. 2 points separated the two teams then as we enter the final minutes here at the Newcastle Wellbeing Centre for quarter number one. Latest three, that time from Messiah Jones. Can't connect with the net. So Powell now, just taking his time. Still got over 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock, looking to ebb away as many of those as possible. Maybe force a mistake here from Bradley Dean on the defensive rotation. Powell, it's a difficult shot, and one in the end, which was a little bit too much in the end for the Rockets guard. Hail Mary put up there by Jerron Thames, and that will signal the end of an electrifying, a pulsating opening quarter here at the Newcastle Wellbeing Centre. It's Rockets 15, Knights 17. Well, for both sides, some very dogged and resolute defending, very much being on show. Of course, we have also got some other games taking place across the BCB on this Super Sunday. We'll keep you updated with those other matches as best as we can. We'll start off by giving you the scores on the doors this time from the South Coast, where the Worthing Thunder are taking on the Derby Trailblazers. In that game, it's currently the fourth quarter, just a tickle under 8 minutes remaining in that game, and the Thunder trail that one by 63 points to 56. And of course here, as you can see on your screen, it's the Newcastle Knights who lead this one by 2 points. It's Newcastle 17, COB Rockets 15. In the game taking place in the East Midlands a little bit earlier this weekend. This game taking place yesterday. We saw the Nottingham Hoods beat the Bristol Flyers 2 by 103 points to 73 at the Harvey Haddon Sports Village. Then in the game in Hemel Hempstead, the Milton Keynes Breakers beat the Storm by 86 points to 68. And then, of course, last but by no means least, this game yet to get underway at 6:30 this evening in Colchester. The Essex Rebels take on the Yorkshire Dragons. So, really is an action-packed way to start the new calendar year. And we do thank you for your company here on the British Championship Basketball YouTube channel. Let us know where you are tuning in from. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and give the live stream a like. It really does help grow the game here in England, Wales and the Greater United Kingdom. So, we are almost ready then to get underway for quarter number two. Rockets now entering the court of play. And it will be McGall, Jackman, Okasieme, Blaine and McGregor for the home side, with Bradley Dean, who's driving here nice and early for the Knights. Blocked there by Okasieme. There could be a second chance opportunity for Jerron Thames. Instead, Jackman comes away with it. Kicks it out now to Ronald Blaine. Blaine attempted Euro step. And in the end, foul has been called, a charge against Ron Blaine. Trunley, two hands that one up to Messiah Jones. Jones now back to Hafiz Abdul. Goes with the pump fake, throws up the shot. That one collected cleanly by Okasieme. McGregor slinging that out wide to Ron Blaine. Those two really have produced quite the duo so far this season across both league and cup. Eric Donaldson as well really has been a fine addition to the home side so far this season. But they have got an almighty task here against the league leaders. Here is Sam Trunley. Tries to bounce that into Jones, but ball gets ripped away there by Okasieme. And now the Rockets can surge forward. Here is Ron Blaine. Blaine double team, goes back to McGall. McGall for three. That one spirals out of the rim. It will be Newcastle possession. Quickly taken on the wings there by Thames. Thames will collect his own board there. in the end. First points of the quarter go in favour of the Newcastle Knights. Here is McGregor. Been guarded very intently there by Bradley Dean. And that is another offensive foul, this time called against Orlan Jackman. As Eric Donaldson checks back in here for the Rockets. Okasieme departs the floor of play. For the first time we're going to see a bit of Max Matthews as well. He's checked in for the aforementioned Sam Trunley. Dean gives himself a little bit of space and splashes that one. Nothing but pure net with that effort. And Newcastle already beginning to showcase their credentials as the #1 offence in the league. That one stolen away by Messiah Jones. Jones attempted pass to Matthews. Heads up play there by McGregor. Blaine now pump fakes his man, gives it back to Donaldson. Donaldson for three. And Blaine may well come away with it. Some good rebounding so far from the Rockets. Just need these second and third chance opportunities to hit the target. Thames with the no-look pass and the finish on the dunk from Hafiz Abdul. Exhibition stuff there from the Newcastle Knights, who are getting into a very dangerous rhythm indeed, and as a result, unsurprisingly, Charles Smith has called the Rockets' first timeout. And that was vicious. Very pleasing play that, if you are of a Newcastle persuasion. As for the Rockets, well, they've got work to do here just to get back. Just stop the rot. I mean, for those who are maybe just tuning in a little bit later here on the coverage, in the opening 5 minutes, well, the Rockets were in complete and utter command. They'd gone on a 7-0 streak. Since then, well, I'm not the strongest when it comes to my maths, but even I can do this. The Rockets have scored 8, the Knights have scored 24. So it has definitely been a stretch to savour for Mark Elderkin's men. And they just look confident. They really do. It's very much a new-look side compared to last season. A whole raft of changes from the 24-25 season. One of which, of course, was Ron Blaine, who went to the COB Rockets. But adding the likes of Bradley Dean, adding the likes of Hafiz Abdul, Messiah Jones, Trunley as well, Jaron Thames, Finn Cork as well. Really has added an awful lot of talent and depth to the roster. McGall here in the corner for three. And this is what he does. That is why the Rockets love having Faris McGall. He's a dead-eye shooter from three. Dean to Matthews. Matthews back to Abdul. Man coverage there from McGall. And McGall has done a fine job there to force the turnover. Just ups the decibels as well here. It's a healthy crowd in Nechells tonight. Also quite a few travelling fans as well who have come down from the northeast. Fair play to each and every one of them, making their voices heard. It's Donaldson, deep three. McGregor looks to win that one back on the rebounds. Fortunately for the men in red, it's to no avail, and in the end, Orlan Jackman concedes his second foul of the evening. Third foul as well here of the quarter for the Rockets. Knights yet to concede any foul, either offensive or defensive. And this will be an and-one opportunity for Bradley Dean. So it's Rockets 18, Knights 26. First time we'll see Bradley Dean at the free throw line as well. And the horns and the vuvuzelas, the drums will get going. And in the end, it has the desired impact. Jackman comes away with the board. So here is Jackman. He's got Blaine, Donaldson, McGregor and McGall for company. And just to go back to that previous foul committed by the Rockets, that one was committed by Eric Donaldson, the number 3, his first personal foul of the evening. So, the officials there just waiting for the clock to be readjusted. I think they're all happy. Indeed they are. So, McGregor, bounce pass to Orland Jackman. Jackman being guarded there by Cork, goes back to McGregor. McGregor can't get that one in. So, Dean will advance. There's a surge of white shirts enters Rockets territory. Here is Finn Cork, first time he's put up a shot tonight. And that one is rebounded by Eric Donaldson. Here is McGregor. Well, Jackman almost loses out there to previously mentioned Cork. McGregor now looking to put on the afterburners. And he does draw the foul for good measure. So, first time we'll see the Rockets at the free throw line. Will be 2 coming up here for Lucas McGregor. Confirmation of the foul, that one called against the number 13 of Finn Cork. It's Faris McGall, the latest man to be switched out and on in his place. Well, it will be Captain Fantastic, Martin Gale, the man who in the previous iteration of this division, NBL Division 1, hit more 3-pointers than anybody else. Had that memorable game against the Essex Rebels where he cashed in number 500 of what has been an illustrious career for his hometown side. Here is Hafiz Abdul. It's Rockets 20, Knights 26, and Abdul has that stripped away. Here is McGregor. McGregor with the layup. And that will inject plenty of confidence into the veins of Lucas McGregor. 4 points in a row there for the Rockets point guard, and as a result, Mark Elderkin, he's forced into Newcastle's first timeout of the evening. 5 minutes and 22 seconds remaining here in the first half. Rockets 22, Newcastle Knights 26. With regards to some of the standout performances, just looking here at the box score, well, Lucas McGregor has got 6 points on the Knights. Zach Powell with 5, Okasieme with 4, McGall with 3, and Blaine and Donaldson with 2 apiece. As for the Newcastle Knights, well, Bradley Dean, he's been the man to try and stop. 12 points already in this first half. Hafiz Abdul has got 7 points, shooting 3 from 8. Jaron Thames has got 4 points, and Sam Trunley has got the other 3. So, as expected, it is the starting 5 who are doing the majority of the damage for the Newcastle Knights. You can never ever discount that bench with the likes of Max Matthews, Finn Cork and Mackay Hendry alongside Scott Angus and Noah Sarr. So, here is the current leading point scorer in the game, Bradley Dean. Certainly making an impression on the Newcastle faithful so far this season. That one kicked out to Matthews. Dean with the pump fake. Lovely move that. No look pass to Jaron Thames. Thames misses. Matthews with the second chance opportunity. Now a third chance. And it is third time lucky for the visitors. Knights lead this one 28-22. Here is Martin Gale. Gale with his first shot of the evening. Cashes in. Rockets 24, Knights 28 now. That is what you love to see from the archer. Really have grown accustomed to seeing the bow and arrow celebration. Iconic one in British Championship basketball, and that is the 5th foul for the Rockets in quarter number 2. And there will be some free throws coming up here for the Newcastle Knights as Messiah Jones checks back in for the league leaders. Dean makes no mistake on that occasion. We spoke a lot about form in this game. Bradley Dean comes into it in fine fettle. Was named in the BCB Team of the Week for Week 11, which was the one before Christmas, the 17th of December, that one. It's McGregor. Well, he goes flying. An athletic move. A few of the Rockets fans looking for the foul to be called there, but alas, it wasn't to be. 4 points now separate the two teams, and Lucas McGregor has been called there for a blocking foul. McGregor there just having a word with the official. Clearly not happy there, and Gale just making sure that keeps his cool. And the result of all of that is more free throws coming up here for the Newcastle Knights. Bradley Dean splashes that latest one in. The second one, though, cannons off the front. So it's now a 5-point game. Zach Powell to Okasieme. Okasieme trying to keep his balance. That's done very well just to keep that in. So, foul that time called against Messiah Jones of the Knights, and as a result will be a baseline inbound for the men in red as McGregor checks out of the game. Here's Blaine. Out towards Zach Powell, who is waiting on the wing, goes for mid-range, and Okasieme on the putback draws the foul. And Luke Okasieme, well, he has been a nuisance, a thorn in the side of the visitors so far. Already has 4 points to his name, and, well, that's the 4th rebound for good measure, as well as 1 steal and a block. Okasieme is perfect from the line. 3-point game. Less than 4 minutes remaining here in quarter number 2. Rockets trail by 3. Here is Zach Powell. Breakaway dunk! And Zach Powell raises the roof here at the Newcastle Wellbeing Centre. Ripped it away, finished it off. What a play that was from the General. Sledgehammer of a dunk as well. Although Newcastle could answer back with a 3. Instead it's rebounded by Donaldson. Out now to Blaine. Blaine kicks it to Gale. Gale with the attempted 3. And put back by Donaldson. Rockets take the lead. And that all came about from some outstanding defensive work from Zach Powell. It's been a catalyst in this one. Spin move from Jerron Thames, and Thames with a teardrop over the top of Zach Powell. Beautiful floated layup. I tell you what, folks, we have got a game on our hands here in the second city. Blaine looking to spin his way past, beautiful bounce pass inside to Okasieme. And Okasieme looks to win back his own board, can't do so. Matthews advances, out now to Thames. Thames, spin move against Donaldson. That would have been a bit of a circus shot. Instead, Rockets advance on the fast break. Great handles from Donaldson, and an even better finish. Well, that is a move that his father would be proud of. The great dip. Well, he would be relishing that kind of breakaway. Here is Donaldson again, met by Matthews. Power was there for the second chance off the glass. I believe another timeout has been called here by the Newcastle Knights. Indeed it has. Confirmation of the foul as well. That one called against the number 8 of Max Matthews. His first one of the evening. Just feels like the game, as it goes on, it's just going through the gears here. Nice tempo, nice rhythm to the play. The real interesting area for me is going to be that third quarter. There have been numerous games across both the Cup and the League where the Rockets have been behind even by double digits at the end of the first half, and then they come out like a flamethrower in quarter number 3. So Newcastle will probably know that. Their analysts, their stats people, they will know exactly the dangers that the Rockets possess in quarter number 3. They've still got work to do here, just to go into the break with their opposition in arm's length. And Donaldson makes his first from the line. And makes it 2 from 2. It's now Rockets 36, Knights 33 as we enter the final 2 minutes here in quarter number 2. Jones back to Dean. Nice pick and roll game being played here by the Knights. Allows for the wide open chance there for Trunley. But Gale comes away with the board. The captain looking to up the ante. Donaldson Metz. And Donaldson, I believe, has been fouled there. Indeed he has. Nice passage of play here for the men in red. Something interesting to note. The Knights, who with around about 6 minutes remaining in this quarter, hadn't conceded a single foul in quarter number 2. And now as a team, they've conceded 5. So from here on out, any mistakes will result in free throws. Oh, Donaldson, 0 for 2. That one will be frustrating for the small forward. Here is Hafiz Abdul, takes his man out of the rotation. The ball bobbles around, and Okasieme now just give that over to Ron Blaine. Blaine, wide to Powell, a nonchalant pass to the on-rushing Ron Blaine. Gives the Rockets a 5-point cushion. It's been quite the turnaround in the final 5 minutes of this quarter. Donaldson, great hustle there. Really does possess all the intangibles of a very valuable player. Does Donaldson. Powell on the spin around. Okasieme, well, eventually comes away with it. Great character from Okasieme. And he finishes it off with a dynamite dunk. Great work there by the Tarantula. Here is Hafiz Abdul for 3. Comes off the back there of the iron. Really good awareness shown there by Sam Trunley just to win the board back. And the Knights will have the final shot of the half. Here is Bradley Dean, 3 seconds remaining, puts up the layup. And it's no good. Well, that rounds out a thoroughly entertaining first half of basketball at the Newcastle Wellbeing Centre. And after 2 quarters, it's the Rockets who now lead this one by a margin of 7 points. It's Rockets 40, Knights 33. Well, you'd be a brave individual to call this one come the end of regulation. Just going through some of the standout performances so far from the first half. Eric Donaldson and Lucas McGregor alongside Luke Okasieme have got 8 points apiece. Zach Powell with 7 points. Ron Blaine with 4. Faris Magal has 3. And Martin Gale, well, with his first shot of the night, cashing in a deep 2. As for the Newcastle Knights, well, the vast majority of the offence has been facilitated through Bradley Dean. He's got 15 points. Hafiz Abdul has got 7. Jaron Thames, he's got 6 to his name. Sam Trunley has got 3. And last but by no means least, Max Matthews has the other 2. So, we will take a 10-minute break here on the broadcast. Feel free to go and grab yourself a refreshments or some snacks and buckle up for what should be a tremendous second half of basketball here in the first game of the new calendar year. We'll be back shortly, folks. We'll see you in around about 10 minutes' time. Welcome back to the Newcastle Wellbeing Centre, where we are around about 90 seconds away from the start of the second half in this BCB League fixture between the City of Birmingham Rockets and the Newcastle Knights. Well, you score at half-time. It's the Rockets who lead this one by 7 points. It's Rockets 40, Knights 33. And one of the interesting stats to look at from that first half is the fast break points. Newcastle scored 2 of them. The Rockets, meanwhile, well, they've bagged 12, which is quite the difference, especially considering the offensive talents that the men in white possess. They are the highest scoring team in the league. 1,087 of them before this game tonight. The Rockets, meanwhile, yes, they do have a couple of games in hand on the teams above them. Well, they have conceded the lowest number of points in the league at 656. Averages out around about 80 to 81 points per game. So this one should be an absolute firecracker. And the noise in the Newcastle Wellbeing Centre has just been growing throughout the game. And this is the pivotal quarter for me. This is where the Rockets have won a lot of games on home court. Quarter number 3, they seem to come out with a real sense of desire and fire in the belly. And they'll be hoping to continue that trend against the league leaders. Big thank you to everyone tuning in as well on the British Championship Basketball YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please do give the live stream a like and subscribe to the BCB channel itself. Let us know where you are tuning in from. So we are back underway then for quarter number 3, and it's the Rockets to kickstart us, attacking from right to left. Here is McGregor. Out wide to Powell on the wing, and an alley-oop to start the second half. Wow! Rip-roaring and regal from the Rockets. Really was majestic, that. That was a lovely bounce pass as well from Bradley Dean into the path of Jaron Thames. I mean, those two really are such a dynamic duo in the BCB. Powell to Okasieme, just one of those pairings that work so well. They complement each other magnificently. We've already seen a few examples of that already this evening. So here is Thames for the second of his free throws, and that one is good. So it's Rockets who lead this one 42 points to 34. Here is Donaldson. And Donaldson has drawn the foul there from Sam Trunley. Two of them just having a few words there. Nothing volatile. Just a little bit of a laugh there between Trunley and Donaldson. And that is a big defensive rotation. He's got a lot of work to do. There's Trunley. Zach Powell connects with the 3. Draining it from beyond the line. Rockets inching closer to bringing up the half century to kickstart the new year. Here is Bradley Dean. He was the standout man in that first half, and here he is looking to split the Red Sea. Oh, does so expertly with a turnaround jump shot for good measure. McGregor, he now goes on the drive. A little bit too much velocity to get his layup under control. Here is Jaron Thames again, and Okasieme says no sirree. Welcome to the block party. Here is Blaine. Blaine to Powell. Powell looking to alley-oop it again. That one goes into the hands of the Knights defenders. Here is Dean out towards Thames. Thames' effort will fall kindly for Eric Donaldson. Unleashes a laser there. Dunketh Okasieme. And already a timeout has been called by Mark Elderkin. and the Newcastle Knights coaching staff. Goodness me, what a start this has been. I don't know what they say in that dressing room at half-time, but it seems to work time and time and time again. I mean, the Rockets living up to their name right there. They really have experienced lift-off in the opening 1 minute and 50 seconds. Already scored 7 points to the Knights 3. But Elderkin, he's an experienced coach. He's a wonderful coach as well. Really has got the best out of this side so far in the 25-26 campaign. You just look at those scoring options. You look at Bradley Dean, you look at Hafiz Abdul. Manu plays 3x3 basketball. He's known for his explosive scoring capabilities. And of course, you've got Jerron Thames as well. I mean, they are far from beaten. All it takes, one good stretch, couple of good defensive possessions. A little bit like we've seen there from the COB Rockets, and things can change very quickly. It's why we all love basketball so very much. So, Knights there with the inbound. Here is Jerron Thames. Back now to Messiah Jones. Jones to Dean. Dean is the main threat here. Just eases the layup into the net there. As the Knights look to get their way back into the contest. McGregor, though, with a fantastic driving layup, takes the Rockets back into the double-digit lead. Here is Thames. Thames looking to splash the three over the top of Luke Okasieme. Okasieme now double teams Jones. Back to Sam Trunley. Trunley, it was a difficult effort. Comes up with his own board, though. Now kicks it out into the corner. Hafiz Abdul. Well, his shot rebounded by the aforementioned Trunley. Here is Dean, and Dean with a snipe from deep now reduces that deficit to 8 points. It's Rockets 49, Knights 41. Back now with Donaldson. Has Powell for company there on the wing, being guarded there intently by Messiah Jones. Looks to spin around Abdul. And Powell, well, it was a tough make. And on that occasion, he can't quite connect. So here is Thames. So Trunley. The shouts of defence echo out here at Nechells once more. It's Bradley Dean with another one from the mid-range. And well, on an icy day here in January, Bradley Dean is on a heater. He continues to score with great efficiency and fluency. Really does need to be tightened up as far as the men in red are concerned. Here is Donaldson. Donaldson on the spin. Donaldson with the make. How many times have we said that in this campaign? Really is ace. And Okasieme there with the block. Wow. Apologies if there was a slight lag in the commentary there. Just had a technical hitch there with our mixer. All seems to be okay once more, though. So, will be a pair of free throws here for McGregor. And the first one is perfect. Here is McGregor again. Oh, that one Slightly loose from the Rockets point guard. That one has been stolen away straight away by Ron Blaine. He now goes back to the aforementioned McGregor. McGregor induces the foul. So, inbound coming up here, just in front of the supporters to our left here in the commentary position. Okasieme makes the move. He's got Powell for support. Got Donaldson as well. Opts to go towards Donaldson. Let's see the logic and rationale behind that move. Just slightly too much mustard on the pass. As a result, possession handed back to the Newcastle Knights. Here is Sam Trunley. Dean that time gets Blaine jumping. Hafiz Abdul almost won it back. Really nice bit of hustle on display there. And now Powell looks to underarm that one. Rebounded by Okasieme. Back to Donaldson. Banks that one in off the glass for two more. Here is Bradley Dean. Dean looks to find a teammate in the corner. It's Hafiz Abdul. And Luke Okasieme yet again alert, aware to where the deflection was going, and picks up the rebound for good measure. Here is Zach Powell. Powell now with a jumping fadeaway. The Rockets now lead by 13 points. It's Rockets 56, Knights 43. Here is Bradley Dean, the facilitator. And that one read like a book by Ron Blaine. There's also another team foul there for the visiting side. Fifth of the quarter. And as a result, well, there'll be some free throws coming up here for the men in red. The officials there just working out how many it will be. And all seems to be okay. So, will be Blaine with the free throw. First one is good. And confirmation there. There will be one more to come. Which on that occasion is unsuccessful. So it's Rockets 57, Knights 43. Sam Trunley there offering plenty of encouragement for the visitors. They know they've got the shooting capabilities to go on a hot streak. But the Rockets, they've seemed up for this from minute one. I must say it's great to see. Powell back to Blaine. Blaine with the pump fake. Back now to Powell. And that is a shot clock violation. So that rather aesthetically pleasing shot from Zach Powell unfortunately won't count, much to the frustration there of the home fans. So, final 4 minutes here in quarter number 3. The Knights will be desperate to just generate something. Here is Trunley on the left wing. Now makes his way towards the paint, kicks out to Jaron Thames. Thames inside. And that one cannons off the front of the iron. Here is Okasieme out wide to his captain Gale. Gale finds Blaine. Blaine takes the sting out of that one, kicks it back to his captain. The Rockets won't want a repeat of that previous possession. And indeed there won't be, because Donaldson there has drawn the contact. So this will be some more free throws coming up here for the home side. And that is a second foul of the evening called against Jerron Thames. Donaldson gathers and drains the first of the free throws. Really has been a tremendous 6.5 minutes this from the home side. You look at the scoring stats. The Rockets, who already led by 7, have outscored the Knights by 19 points to 10 so far. Can they keep up the momentum as Orlan Jackman checks back in for the host? Here is Bradley Dean. Feels like he will be one of the X factors if the Knights are to get back in this. And look at that. Textbook layup. Really difficult one, that one. Having to shoot it against the fall of the body. But does a wonderful job. Powell now answers back though. Flexes on his man. Great work there from the general, leading from the front. Kick now into the corner. Trunley. That was a high arcing 3. Powell now looking to inject a little bit more energy and momentum for the men in red. Now allows for the fast break. Here is Jerron Thames. Thames under contact. Looking for the foul there. Nothing given against Martin Gale. And that is a heads-up veteran play there from Ron Blaine, who just gestures there to his teammates. Just slow things down here. It's a message which has been echoed by his coach, Charles Smith, who uses up the first of the Rockets' timeouts here in quarter number 3. So, it's Rockets 61, Knights 50. Well, we do just have a few moments here with the timeout. Just take you through some of the scores on the doors, starting with the late tip-off down in Colchester, where the Essex Rebels are currently leading the Yorkshire Dragons by 13 points to 7 at the Essex Sports Arena. As for those earlier games, we've already spoken about the Breakers' victory against the Hemel Storm, as well as the Hoods' victory against Flyers 2. We have had the first of the Super Sunday results though, and the Derby Trailblazers have hung on the south coast. They have beaten the Worthing Thunder by a scoreline of 76 points to 73. I mean, some huge scores in that game. I mean, goodness me, Jai Patmaraja scored 24, Malcolm Smith scoring 20 for Derby, but Matthew Bryner Manning with 21 and Elijah Maynard with 11, as well as 9 balls to his name and 10 to Jonathan Lashley. Well, they've ultimately seen the Trailblazers down the Thunder. So, we are ready to get back underway here in the second city. 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the quarter. And Donaldson just hands that off nonchalantly to Zach Powell. Back to Donaldson. Some good coverage being played there by Trunley. Forces the pass into the corner where Zach Powell is awaiting. No look pass there to Donaldson. Donaldson almost cashes in on that one, but in the end Newcastle just doing enough to win back possession of the rock. He's quietly having an excellent night as Eric Donaldson. 14 points, 7 rebounds. Zach Powell with 14 points and 9 rebounds, almost at that double-double. And in big games like this one, your X-Factor stars, they have to come to the forefront. So that one will remain in Newcastle hands. And speaking of points from a Newcastle perspective, I mean, Bradley Dean, he has been stellar tonight. 26 points, 6 rebounds and 4 assists as Zach Powell is being triple teamed here. And he's been called for a travel. I mean, Newcastle, they're just swarming him with Jones, Abdul and Dean. Abdul's got 7 points, Trunley with 6, Thames with 9. Bradley Dean, he is the go-to guy here. You can just see so much of the offence has been manufactured through the guard. Nice pass there, delicate from Zach Powell. Jackman to Blaine to Donaldson. In a flash, that's 2 additional points for the COB Rockets. Here is Jaron Thames, and Thames, well, just moves Jackman out of the way like he wasn't even there. Final minute then, here in quarter number 3. Rockets lead 63 points to 54. It's been a better stretch as the quarter's gone along by the table toppers. Now back with Jackman. Jackman is known for popping the 3. Here is Donaldson. Final 4 seconds on the shot clock. He makes the fade away. Great shot there from Donaldson. It's a quick 3. He's released there by Trunley. And a flying Hafiz Abdul gets the foul called in his favour. Went down in an almighty heap though. We hope that he's okay. I think he might actually have cramped up a little bit as well on that effort. Really is such an important asset. It's a key cog for the Knights, both on the offensive and defensive side of the court. I'll tell you what, he did take an almighty tumble there. Just walking off a little bit gingerly is the number 3. Well, we hope that's nothing serious, because Hafiz Abdul is a wonderful player to watch. So, result of that play, it's a Newcastle baseline inbound. The score just being reset there. If you did see Newcastle on 0 points, I mean, that would have been quite the run from the Rockets to be 65-0 up. Here is Trunley back into the corner where Bradley Dean is waiting with open arms. Here is Dean. Dean into the opposite corner. Max Matthews for 3. And Blaine challenged there by Thames. Thames under contact from Jackman. And in the end, Martin Gale comes away with it. Final shot of the quarter. That comes right off the top of the board. And that will signal the end of quarter number 3. It's Rockets who lead this one by 11 points. It's the City of Birmingham Rockets on 65, Newcastle Knights on 54. And what we would give to be a fly on the wall in those respective huddles. I mean, Charles Smith, he'll be drilling home the importance of defence here. I mean, they really have been outstanding, have the Rockets on that side of the court. It's something which this outfit really pride themselves on. McGregor getting hands in and around the ball. Yes, sometimes you get called for the reach, but it's just something for opposing sides to be aware of. Then, of course, you've got the presence in the paint from Jackman, Okasieme. Ron Blaine does really well to offer reinforcement in that area too. The job is far from done yet though. Just looking at the box score, I mean, Eric Donaldson, 18 points. He's shooting 100% from 2, 7 from 7. He's 0 for 2 from 3. But I'll tell you what, he is having a fantastic night. 7 rebounds as well, 2 of which have been on the offensive boards. As for Zach Powell, he's got 14 points to his name, as well as 9 rebounds and 5 assists. How he would love to get a triple-double. Almost there for a double-double with the rebounds. Needs 5 more in the assist column. As for Luke Okasieme, well, he's got 12 points. Unsurprisingly, 9 rebounds and 3 blocks. It's just what Luke Okasieme does. So, here we go. Final quarter of regulation. And it is Newcastle who will kickstart proceedings, as Blaine almost fouls Dean there, who does well to switch the play over to Max Matthews. Now with Jerron Thames. Thames with a majestic mid-range gets the opening points of the quarter. Here is Gale, this time with the attempted jumper. Gathered by a white shirt as Thames gets denied by Okasieme. Make that block number 4. But Trunley on the pump fake. Instead bounces it towards Thames, and Thames has catalysed the foul. I think that'll be called against Ron Blaine. Indeed it is, his second foul of the game. Spoke about those fast break points as well. Rockets still very much in the lead in that metric, 16 points to 4. As for points in the paint as well, it was very, very close. In fact, Newcastle were ahead in that statistic. They led by 28 points to 26. Well, the Rockets now lead 40 points to 30. So it really has been impressive in that sense from the Rockets. Newcastle do lead the home side with regards to points from turnovers, 8 to 6. Thames finds Matthews, has to take the shots, and Wayward with the efforts is the Newcastle number 8. Blaine comes away with it for the men in red. Here is Ron Blaine, the former Newcastle man, into his captain Gale, and Jackman rises higher than the rest and finishes off the play as well. Well, that is outstanding from Orlan Jackman. Thames over to Dean. I imagine we'll see plenty of those pick and rolls, pick and pops. That one has been drained with authority by Jerron Thames. It's a 7-point game now. The Newcastle fans who have made the long journey down from the northeast, making their voices heard. Here is Martin Gale on the left wing. Has support in the shape of Orlan Jackman. Goes back now to McGregor. Less than 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Had to go for the layup. And he can't quite make it. Allows for Messiah Jones to surge into Rockets territory. He's passed it straight into Orlan Jackman. Here is Blaine. Blaine to Gale. Gale out wide to McGregor. Newcastle doing well to get bodies back though. Here is McGregor once more. It's a difficult shot. Had to really arch his back to try and get the attempt off. But he has drawn the contact. So 2 free throws coming up here for McGregor. Seeing some support in the comments as well for Bradley Dean. Of course, one of the fresh faces for the Knights in this campaign. Was previously at the University of Virginia's College at Wise and having his first experience of British basketball. Safe to say, he's taken to it like a duck to water. McGregor, well, he wants possession to retain in the Rockets' hands, and the officials agree. Let us know, of course, as well, if you are tuning in from overseas or indeed elsewhere in the UK. Great to see so many watching along on the stream tonight. Okasieme back to Jackman. Jackman, well, 5 seconds remain on the shot clock. Jackman puts on the Jets. And Jackman will get the foul in his favour. Lovely turn of pace there from Orlan Jackman. Certainly not his first rodeo at this level of basketball. He has had a long and illustrious career, both here in the UK and in Europe. Played for Iserlohn in Germany, played for the Thunder before. Of course, now applying his trade for the COB Rockets, and he will have a role to play, especially with those defensive rebounds. Misses the first free throw though, makes no mistake on the second. It's an 8-point game. The horns and vuvuzelas come into play once more. That shot collected by Jones. Jones back to Bradley Dean. Dean, I mean, he has got Orlan Jackman jumping for joy there, but Okasieme comes away with it. Orlan Jackman, he's all alone here until Sam Trunley came back and laid a hand on him. So that'll be 2 additional free throws. And that is a 4th foul of the game against the number 10 of the Newcastle Knights. As a result of that, be yet more free throws coming up for Orlan Jackman. Just looking a couple of the Knights players already on 3 fouls. One of which is Messiah Jones, the other one being Jaron Thames. As for the Rockets, well, Donaldson the only man with 3. Blaine has 2 against him. McGregor and Jackman also with a pair apiece. So no danger of those guys fouling out. Trunley has to be careful though, because Coach Elderkin will want his 3-point potential heading into the stretch. Here is Bradley Dean, beautiful handles, puts up the quick shot, and Bradley Dean is on fire. Goodness me. Well, he is a volume shooter by trade, is Dean. He's almost got 30 points on the night. Here is Blaine. Blaine passing the Newcastle defences. He saunters in for a languid layup. Back now with Trunley. Trunley, nice screen set there. And in the end, Dean comes up with the board. Thames now, ice in the veins there from Jaron Thames. Makes it a 7-point game once more. It's Rockets 72, Knights 65. With just a tickle over 6 minutes remaining in regulation. And another foul called there against the visiting side. That one, a second foul of the evening called against Bradley Dean. Well, shout out to Phyllis and Kaylee as well, the Bradley Dean fan club. Great to see you tuning in from across the pond, and we do hope you're enjoying our coverage here on the BCB channel. And I tell you what, Bradley Dean has been a machine tonight. Really has, inching ever closer to 30 points on the evening. Also has 8 rebounds, 6 assists and a steal next to his name. And when you've got a player playing like that, not only do you back them to make those big shots as Martin Gale makes the big 3 throw, it also allows those scoring lanes, those scoring chances for the likes of Jaron Thames, who continues to find his mojo. Allows for those 3-pointers for Sam Trunley as Dean shakes off his man, puts up the 3. And it is a 5-point game. 31 points on the night for Bradley Dean. Goodness me, he has been pulsating in the second city. How can the Rockets respond? Here is Donaldson, back to Blaine. Blaine with a 3 of his own. Too much on it, rebounded by McGregor. Oh, this one is going down to the wire. Huge 5 minutes for both teams. Blaine, back to McGregor. McGregor, deep 3. Slightly to the right of the rim. Collected by Hafiz Abdul. Here is Thames. Thames now. Bounce past to Messiah Jones. Jones on the pump fake. Okasieme shuts that one down immediately. Allows for the counter-attack to materialise. McGregor to Blaine. Blaine looking to generate a little bit of space. Okasieme has that stolen away. And here is the aforementioned Thames. Thames puts up the layup. And he will draw the foul in this instance. Great to see well over 100 people tuning into the stream tonight, hopefully enjoying our coverage. More importantly, enjoying the game. We've been treated to an absolute doozy to kickstart 2026. The Newcastle Knights looking to stretch that unbeaten run in the league to 11 straight. As for the Rockets, well, they won the 2 games before Christmas, both away against the London Cavaliers in Uxbridge and the Riders in Loughborough respectively. They are looking to make it 3 wins on the spin and just get themselves back into playoff contention. They do have a couple of games in hand over the sides above them, with those postponements of the Hemel Storm game that was meant to be played here, but Hemel's injury crisis unfortunately led to the date of that game being pushed back. And then of course, with the Reading Rockets game, that one as a result of some issues with the roof at Loddon. Thankfully that has been fixed, and I'll tell you what, that'll be a great game later on in the season as well. The Rockets make their way down to Berkshire. Thames, nothing but net. It's a 4-point game. Rockets lead 73 points to 69. McGregor finds Donaldson. Imagine a lot of the offense will come through Donaldson now. Just see him lurking, making those cuts to the basket. Blaine now banks that one in. Just settles the nerves there, calms things down from a Rockets perspective. So that one dribbles along the floor to Messiah Jones. Inbound coming up from the sideline here for the Knights. Here is Trunley. Trunley with a laser-like pass to Hafiz Abdul. And well, it's a 1-score game now. It's Rockets 75, Knights 72. What a game this has been. What a quarter it's been for the Knights. The Rockets, though, they refuse to go down without a fight. Here is Powell. Powell to Jackman. Back now to Powell, the leading point scorer for the Rockets. 3 seconds remaining. This has to go from Jackman, has to take the shots. It's rebounded by McGregor. However, I think time had run out. And indeed it has. McGregor just asking the official there. But I think time had ebbed away. And the result of that is a Newcastle possession. And now it's getting a little bit antsy for the home side. All it takes, though, a couple of big shots from Donaldson and Powell. Things can be very different as Jaron Thames soars through the air. It's a 1-point game. Blaine, steel and focus in the eyes. Out wide to Zach Powell. Powell into Donaldson. I mean, that will be the trifecta. Jackman is wide open here. There'll be a tussle for possession of the basketball. It's won back by Thames. He's got Dean for company. Instead goes back to Trunley. Final 3 minutes of regulation in what has been another instant classic between the Rockets and the Knights. Always tends to be the case, whether here in Birmingham or indeed in Newcastle. The 3 unsuccessful. Fast break chance here for Ronald Blaine. Blaine uncontested. Or is he? Or is he? He's been called for a double dribble. And Blaine is flabbergasted. Well, that was a golden opportunity for the Rockets. Just to give themselves a little bit of breathing space. Remains a 1-point game, which Newcastle now will look to take advantage of. Messiah Jones, the left-hander, with the attempted 3. Blaine will come away with it, though. Now another fast break chance here. Here's McGregor. McGregor with 2 hands pushes that one off the backboard. It's Rockets 77, Knights 74. And this place is loud, let me tell you. The shouts of defence are deafening. Here is Thames. Thames, no good. Rebounded by Jones. Jones back to Trunley. Here is Dean. Dean looking to weave his way through. And it's a travel called. Well, that reaction from McGregor, Powell and Jackman tells you all you need to know. Massive, massive, could be a turning point in the game. The Rockets can make hay. Here we go then. Jackman out to Powell. Powell with the shot. Jackman looks to swipe it away from Jones. Cannot do so. Here is Trunley. Trunley, man coverage there from Donaldson. Screen set by Jones. Jones peels away. Shot was taken slightly early. Jones wins it back. Out wide to Thames, and Jackman with two men on him keeps his calm. 1 minute and 15 seconds remain. No look pass there from Powell. Spin move from Jackman. And Jackman, at the very least, has drawn the foul. 2 free throws coming up and a first foul called against Hafiz Abdul. What a game this has been. And Jackman, ice cold. Second one is an air ball. Remains a 4-point game. Rockets lead 78-74. As Thames, through the double team, gives it back to Hafiz Abdul, and it's a 1-point game again. Drills the deep three. McGregor. With the deep attempted three. This will be an inbounds for the Rockets. 55 seconds remain. I mean, the defence at times has been stifling from both teams, in fairness. But regardless of what happens here, the Rockets, they can be proud of this defensive effort. Here is Thames. Thames back to Trunley. Trunley loses Jackman. It's unsuccessful. Donaldson has drawn the foul. It's a 9th rebound of the Knights for Eric Donaldson. And it could be the most pivotal of the lot. That's such a good game. As the newcomer. 18 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. But he can't make the first free throw. Still has a second bite of the cherry. And it dribbles in. Well, you could hear a pin drop as that ricocheted off various parts of the rim. But it is a 2-point game. It's Rockets 79, Knights 77. Well, dare we say overtime? Dare we say it? Won't be the first time we've seen a game between these two sides go beyond regulation. Will that be the case tonight? We shall have to wait and see. So the buzzer sounds. 30 seconds on the clock. 2 points, that's the margin between the City of Birmingham Rockets and the Newcastle Knights. And I'll tell you what, if this is how 2026 is going to shape up, give me more of this, please. It really has been a very tightly fought affair. The Knights lead the league so far. They are looking for win number 11 out of 12 games played. As for the Rockets, well, they're looking for a 6th win of the season, one which gets them back into the playoff picture. Here is Trunley, man coverage there from Zach Powell. Dean bounces it to Trunley. Trunley weaves his way through, left-handed layup, and we have a tied game. It's tied with 21 seconds on the clock. And this now comes down to game management for the Rockets. Can they force a lapse in concentration? Can they draw up that one play that gives you the open look for Zach Powell or Donaldson? Just looking at the personnel on the bench, I mean, could Faris McGall come into it just for that clutch corner three? Something he is known for. On both sides, the discussions looking very intense indeed. And unsurprisingly so. I mean, both sides, you can see the commitment to these points. They are desperate for it. I mean, for the Knights, they have been the standout, but the Reading Rockets, well, they've been on quite the run themselves. And they are beginning to close the gap. They were victorious in their latest game for good measure. They just want this win. Get themselves a little bit of breathing space above the rest of the chasing pack. And the Rockets will just not go away. So, looking at the personnel on the floor, it will be Eric Donaldson, Lucas McGregor, Ron Blaine, Zach Powell and Orlan Jackman for the Rockets. As for the Knights, it's Sam Trunley, Bradley Dean, Jaron Thames, Messiah Jones and Hafiz Abdul. It's the heavy hitters who are out there. Zach Powell having a little bit of fun there with a few of the Rockets Academy lads behind the baskets. 21 seconds remain. Well, pressure, it's a funny thing. In theory, Rockets should have the final shot of the game, and Zach Powell may well showcase a little bit of ISO here. Final 5 seconds, it'll be Zach Powell. Powell for the win. It comes off the fronts. Has time expired? Well, there's a conversation to be had here between the officials, as it was taken out of bounds. The question is, how much of those final 5 seconds will remain on the clock? Well, this really is the last chance saloon. There's less than a second. Here we go then. Scott Angus checks in, the number 7, big power forward. And can the Rockets even get the shot off? That's the question here. And will they be cheeky? Just directly alley-oop it to Luke Okasieme, who knows? Let's wait and see. I mean, you can probably afford to give the perimeter guys some space. They're not going to be able to get the jump shot off in time. Here we go then. And a timeout has been called by the Rockets just to add that extra dimension of tension and anticipation. I mean, this one does seem to be destined for overtime. There is just something, there's something in the air or something in the water when Newcastle and the COB Rockets do battle. I mean, we had that incredible game, the last one up in Newcastle, which was won by a clutch 3 by Martin Gale. The final score was 106 points to 105. It's been a very different affair here tonight, but it has been equally closely fought. For the Knights, well, it's all about concentration here. Surely they can't let it slip. So the buzzer goes. Donaldson, Jackman, Blaine, Okasieme, and Powell will return. Here we go then, final play of regulation. And that one has been blocked straight away, and that will signal the end of the fourth quarter. So, regulation ends, Rockets 79, Knights 79. So we'll have a 2-minute break, and then it's back. It's back for overtime. Goodness me, this one really could swing either way. The beauty of live sport, eh? Looking at the end of quarter 3, probably would have thought that the Rockets had this one wrapped up, leading by double digits, and Newcastle living up to their reputation as one of the toughest, most disciplined and well-drilled sides in British Championship basketball. They would just not take no for an answer. And as a result, we are heading for overtime. Great to see so many of you tuning in as well. If you are late to the live stream, let us know where you're tuning in from. Of course, here on the Rockets commentary, we're currently based in Newcastle, in the fine second city. Got the Bradley Dean fan club tuning in from the US. Let us know where in the UK, the US, where in the world you're watching British Championship basketball from. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe on the channel. Let's keep it growing. Currently stands at 1.35k subscribers. Let's keep those numbers growing, keep growing the game in the UK. So here we go then. 5 minutes on the clock. And it will be the Rockets to start attacking from right to left. Newcastle the opposite, from left to right. And it's Blaine. Kicks out to Donaldson. Deep 3 straight away. And that one gathered by the awaiting Bradley Dean. Here is Dean once more, already has over 30 points to his name. So makes a little bit of space there. Now has the mismatch against Okasieme, shoots over the top of the centre. And Donaldson, with a leap like a salmon, gets the ball back for the Rockets. Blaine, back to Donaldson. Donaldson given away to Jaron Thames. Thames now takes on Donaldson. And an offensive foul has been called. Oh, in fact, Been called against Donaldson. My apologies there. It's a defensive foul. So 4th of the evening there against the Rockets, number 3. As a result, it'll be free throws here for Jaron Thames, who misses the first one. And it is like a pressure cooker here right now. I mean, no one has left. Let me just tell you that. This crowd are thoroughly engrossed and absorbed by the action as Thames moves the Knights into the lead. Here is McGregor. A little bit of off-ball being played there from Jaron Thames. No off-ball being played there by Trunley. Guarding man-to-man there against Blaine. Donaldson now puts up the shot. It's no good, but Jackman is lurking, and Jackman gets the putback off the glass. Great work there on the offensive board from Orlan Jackman. And this could be the differential. It's points in the paint. As Trunley back now to Jaron Thames. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Effort has to be taken here, surely. Thames, floater over the top, and Jackman will hustle after that one. Still a 1-point game in this topsy-turvy, ebbing and flowing encounter between two quality sides. What a pass that is from Jackman. And Okosieme looking to outmuscle his man. And does well to get the free throws. Second foul of the evening called against Hafiz Abdul. And Okosieme can't get it, but Jackman, alert to the opportunity, comes up with the board. Bounces that one to Donaldson. Donaldson back to Blaine. Blaine driving. And Ron Blaine, against his former team, goes his way through for 2 more. It's Rockets 83, Knights 80. Final 3 minutes of overtime. As Thames puts up the latest 3, collected by Okosieme. The Rockets' big men really starting to impose themselves in these final few minutes of the game. Well, here now is Bradley Dean, and he has had a standout night. Sam Trunley now with Hafiz Abdul, and Abdul barges Jackman out of the way and banks it off the board for 2. Jackman just unleashes a laser there into the outstretched boots of Trunley. Remains a 1-point game. McGregor to Powell in the corner. Venomous effort. Eventually ricochets kindly to Hafiz Abdul. Here is Jaron Thames. Messiah Jones set the screen for him. Dangerous pass that. Dean eventually comes away with it. Here is Thames again. Back to Bradley Dean. Dean out wide to Trunley. And Trunley splashes the 3. It's now a 2-point game. Here is McGregor. McGregor to Jackman. Jackman back now to Zach Powell. Powell to Donaldson. Donaldson inside. It's a really nicely worked play. And Jackman coming away with it. And Jackman clutching up. It's 2 more points for the former Team England man. Jones spinning his way past Jackman, left-handed layup. And every time the Rockets look to unleash the jab, they are getting met with that straight right from the Newcastle Knights, but McGregor answers back with a straight left. It's 87 points apiece. Final minute of overtime. Oh, imagine not liking basketball. Imagine not enjoying this great sport. Poked away. Chance now on the fast break. McGregor, he's got Powell. Instead, McGregor goes alone. And McGregor now ups the decibels in the Newcastle Wellbeing Centre. So 2-point game in favour of the Rockets. Here's Thames, he works his way through. Jackman comes away with it. Final 20 seconds of the game. Here is Zach Powell. Powell spins off his man. Powell out to McGregor. And Charles Smith just gives a thumbs up there to Lucas McGregor. Heads up play, real heads up play in the situation. Brilliant game here in Birmingham this evening on Super Sunday in the BCB. Here is McGregor, and the first one is good. Well, this is the big one for McGregor. Takes a second just to gather his thoughts, and it's no good. And the Knights, they've still got a pulse in this one. Back with Dean. Dean for three. This is unbelievable. It's 90 points apiece with 7.9 seconds remaining. And Bradley Dean has got nothing but ice. Instead, he's got a glacier through his veins. Ridiculous, ludicrous, whatever you want to call it. Nothing can separate these two teams. .90 points apiece. The Rockets should have the final possession here of overtime. But Bradley Dean has got 34 points tonight, along with 8 rebounds and 7 assists. Sam Trunley, he's eaten up as well, with 11 points, 6 boards and 5 assists. And Hafiz Abdul with 15 points and 9 rebounds. As for the Rockets, Eric Donaldson has 19. Lucas McGregor has 18, 2 and 2. And Orland Jackman, out of nowhere, has got a double-double. He's got 10 points and 10 rebounds. Shout out as well to Glenn Trunley, watching along from Tampa, where hopefully the weather is a little bit warmer than it is here in Birmingham. It's -3. Obviously not here in the Wellbeing Centre. It's slightly warmer than that, but yeah, outside it's a little bit frosty. There's nothing cold about these two sides, though. Both of them are on hot streaks in the league. Whose winning streak will continue come the end of this one? That's the big question. It's the $1 million question. There are 7.9 seconds remaining. And it will be the Rockets who have possession of the basketball. It's McGregor. McGregor finds Powell. And Powell once more, he's looking for a little bit of hero ball. Gives it out wide to Donaldson. Donaldson with the shots! And it's no good. And that will signal the ends of first overtime. We're going to a second overtime. Well, I'll tell you what, if anyone's got a thesaurus handy, I might need one. Running out of words. I mean, this is one of those games where if you've paid to watch, you've got every single penny out of the value of your ticket. If you're watching along at home as well, you've chosen a great way to spend your Sunday. That's all I can say. Full credit to both of them. It's going to be agonising, the fact that someone has to lose this. It's Rockets 90, Knights 90. It's even Stevens. And who knows how it's going to go.